All right, everyone, here we're taking a look at a lacrosse clear. Now, there's a lot of different formations and strategies and a lot of different ways to run a clear, but what we want to do in this video is go over one of the most basic but most important concepts of a clear, and that is that most often a clear is just a series of 2-on-1s going down the field. Two players from the clearing team, where there's only one player from the riding team to try and cover those two. So we just find the open man and continue to move the ball down the field using a series of 2-on-1s, finding the open guy until we get it down across midfield. So I'll show you what I mean here. Right now, the red team is representing the clearing team. We'll leave the blue team, the riding team, off the field for now so we don't get too distracted. The red team is on defense. There was just a shot and the goalie made a save. So the goalie is number 7. He's got the ball, just made a save. He's in the crease. We've got generally 3 midfielders up top, 1, 2, 3. And then we've got our 3 defenders a little lower, a defender on each wing, and a defender covering the ex-attackman. So the goalie just got the ball, just made a save, and yells clear. Each player is going to break out to a designated area depending on what type of clear your team runs. So let's just say the goalie yells clear. Midfielders are generally going to break upfield, looking back over their shoulder to see if they're open to catch a long clearing pass from the goalie. At the same time, defenders are going to head out to the wings of the goalie. They want to be pretty much even with their goalkeeper and out to each wing. Your third defender, or this 6th player, could go a lot of different places depending on what type of clear you run, but for right now we'll just move him up towards the top of the box and off towards the sideline here. So the goalie has the ball. Now let's take a look at how the riding team is generally going to set up on a basic clear. They're going to start covering guys. So middies are going to cover middies. Attackmen are going to go find a defender or a goalie or just an open player to cover. All right. Now, one thing you should start to notice right about now is that in a clearing situation, the clearing team has an extra player because of the goalie. So you see 7 red dots on the field. That's the 3 clearing midfielders, the 3 clearing defenders, but the red team, the clearing team, also has the goalie. So that's 7 players. The riding team only has their 3 midfielders and their 3 attackmen. So a clear is, as long as you're not man up or man down, a clear is a 7-on-6 situation. So anytime we have an odd man situation, all we're doing is trying to find the 2-on-1, find the open guy, draw, dump the ball, and progress our way upfield. So let's say number 6 right here, he's got a decision to make. He can't really cover 2 guys. So is he going to cover number 6 here and leave the goalie open, or is he going to cover the goalie and leave number 6 open? We'll take a look at the second situation first. If this attackman decides that he's going to go play the goalie and try and steal that ball, well, that leaves our 3rd defender, number 6 here on the red team, wide open, and the goalie just tosses him the ball. Okay, that's our first 2-on-1. Here comes the second 2-on-1. Player number 6 begins to move that ball upfield. Opposing player number 3 goes to stop him. There's our next 2-on-1. That opens up player number 3 from the red team for another pass, and then we are clearing that ball up across the midfield line. Now let's take a look at the other situation where they leave the goalie open. Okay, so let's say riding player from the blue team, number 6 here, decides he's going to leave the goalie open with the ball, and he is going to go cover offensive clearing player number 6 here. Now, who is the open player? It is the goalie. So if you're a goalie, it's real important to be confident with the ball and be able to walk that ball upfield and be part of the clear and be comfortable with coming out of the crease. So generally what the goalie wants to do now is begin walking that ball upfield and create a 2-on-1. Draw a blue player, getting his red teammate open. So usually the goalie is going to drift towards the weak side. If you take a look at the right side of the screen, you'll see that there are 3 blue players, number 3, number 6, and number 5. But to the goalie's right, on the left side of the screen, there's only 2 blue players, number 4 and number 1. So generally the goalie is going to walk upfield and kind of start moving to his right a little bit. And what's going to happen at some point is this riding attackman is going to come play the goalie. All right. The now open defender is going to cut upfield. There's our 2-on-1. And we get him the ball to that open player. Now you should see the second 2-on-1 starting to develop as this defender brings the ball upfield. This midfielder is probably going to go play him, leaving this midfielder open for our second 2-on-1 pass upfield. And then player number 1 here can run that ball all the way upfield for a clear. So in finishing here, if it is not a man up or a man down situation, if it's a regular even strength situation, the clearing team has 7 players, the riding team has 6 players, and as long as you stay spread out, everyone goes to their proper spots, we're able to find 2-on-1s, a series, a progression of 2-on-1s going up the field. Usually it starts with a goalie and a defender working a 2-on-1. We get the ball to that defender. The defender begins to run the ball upfield, and our second 2-on-1 is a defender to a midfielder. There's a lot of different ways a clear can happen and progress, but that's the general basics. So when you're clearing and you have the ball, whether you're a goalie, a defender, or a midfielder, relax, remain patient, and just look for that 2-on-1. And when you see it, work it, and you'll get that ball all the way upfield for the clear.